The new year's here, and with the last one already having raised the bar so high, it's going to be a tough year for those up-and-coming superstars, that's for sure. The winter season's about to end, and already we've got our hands full with shows that are sure to be remembered and loved. If you're ready to get to binging these shows, then we've got quite a few titles for you, shows that are definitely worth the watch. With that being said, let's sit back, relax, and let 2022 hit us in full swing. 𝐵ᴜᴜ Realms of the Legend. The war is on, and with the Taping Town revolution not backing down, a lot of bloodshed is about to paint you screen in that crimson hue, plus with all kinds of negative emotions and malevolence, giving rise to the miasma that in turn makes humans go complete bonkers. Surfacing soon, we've sure got a wilder version of 𝐂ဃᴜ in our hands now, don't we? But fret not, since even amidst this vicious turn of events, we've got the Tianhuan choosing the hunters or the saviors in this situation. Characters that we'd be looking forward to the most in this show we've got here, now fighting miasma with miasma. It's a no-holds-barred brawl going down soon enough, so you better hop on this show real quick here. Plus the disbandment of the 6th unit causing the trio of 𝐵ᴜᴜᴍᴜ and Yongding to come to life. The very decision of putting these faces together and having the one responsible for it all accompanying them would either go in their favor or against them soon enough, since with the trio and an accomplice joining forces to take down the adversary, the force behind this strange turn of events, action and adventure are about to envelop it all in this setting that's one of a kind for sure. My dress-up darling. The anime that has been all over the place this season, one who has been beating the big dogs every now and then in the ratings department, is here to claim that #1 spot. Who doesn't like cosplay? Especially if you're one of the prettiest girls anime has seen to date. Modern Kitagawa isn't your ordinary girl by any means. She'd make the likes of Sasuke die in a heartbeat for sure, with that beauty that knows no bounds, and that love for cosplay that's made her the perfect waifu to ever exist. But when you've got Gojo that's not from Jujutsu Kaisen in the house, sewing skills sure doesn't sound the perfect way to impress a woman, now does it? But it's anime, and you know what's going to happen soon now, don't you? The two team up and bring us a story that we've never heard before, one that would make almost every other duo look super bland in a heartbeat. It's just so heartwarming seeing the two bring such different sides to the table, while the animators make sure we aren't disappointed one bit with scenes and art that is just off the hook. One of the best this season for sure, and with it being the perfect breath of fresh air that we need, it's obvious that the little is popping off so hard. Tokyo 24th Ward.
写真いいですか？
もちろん、いくらでも撮んなよ。
ありがとうございます。
It's been a while since we've had a good trio story, with characters looking after each other through thick and thin while teaming up to give every other baddie a run for his money. Though with Tokyo 24th Ward you can forget about missing the promised Neverland, since with Ron, Koki and Shuta here to hold the baton, we can rest assured, because it's in safe hands now. Set in the Far East District where all kinds of different people reside and live their lives, the three main faces of the anime have come a long way, and sure forged a bond that wouldn't fade even in a million years from now. But when on a normal day a call interrupts their daily activities to introduce itself as a long-lost friend, one they don't know anything about, telling them about the unexpected, about the unforgiven that might be happening soon, and with them being the only one there to stop it and protect this whole land of theirs, it's no wonder that they're going to get fired up, because there's no time to waste after all that, right? Witness their story unfold as we get a trio we have to look out for this year. The Genius Prince's Guide to Raising a Nation Out of Debt.
たちの忠誠心は雪崩のように落ちていく。そして行き着く先は間違いなくクーデターだ。できれば使いたくなかったが、もうしのごの言ってられん。
It's good to have a son who's smart and prudent, but when you're Prince 𝐲ⴌ Arbalist, being called wise would be an understatement, since you're just something that words fail to describe. Raising the kingdom to its highest highs, making it a superpower that people would talk about, and that's every prince's dream, to conquer it all and become the face of the planet itself. But Prince Wine has something totally different in mind, since if someone were to buy the kingdom off of him this instant, he wouldn't hesitate, whoever the buyer was. But there's a catch. Selling the kingdom right now wouldn't be to his best interest, with everything not being top-notch as of this moment. Better develop everything and maximize the gains. No, completely wrong thinking, and I like it. Witness the prince using all that his mind can offer in this universe, where the royalty seems to be what defines slack and laziness. The comedy is simply out of this world, and the characters make sure nothing gets bland ever. the strongest sage with the weakest crest. When you have OCD, it doesn't matter. If you're the talk of the town, honestly, you always want something else, something that's better than what you have right now, even if that's not the best option. I mean, guys would very much agree with me on that. One sense, with the crest of creation making his skill and knowledge seem like the best this world has to offer, it's no wonder that the guy was at the top of the Magic game. Back in the day, that's because his future version, one who he ends up becoming to get something that wasn't rightfully his, isn't even close to what we've known the perfect Wiz to be capable of. Born with the crest of failure this time, life is sure going to be hard for the guy being at the bottom of the barrel. But with that perseverance and relentless attitude, it isn't long before the protagonist of this series makes each and every one of us eat our word. Since with the Academy bringing out the best in him, using the crest as a means to badmouth him would be something you'll be able to keep up for long, to be honest. Witness the story as 𝐂ဃᴜ shows you the perfect underdog story there is when it comes to 2022. Tribe 9. In case you've been fed up with Major and Diamond No Ace showing nothing but playing baseball, then this show adds that missing spice to the setting in a heartbeat. With a futuristic Tokyo and a modern version of the sport that we can't help but love the pieces, Tribe 9 takes every other genre to the next level, with the city already more than what we can take in and the baseball on top of it, letting these groups run wild with characters that are some of the most badass ones we'll have this year. Shows you that the title isn't kidding around at all. I mean, who would have seen 𝐂ဃᴜ being who he became soon after? Turns out Chuncher did, and with the shadows harboring a threat that could wipe out this beautiful scenery that's taken us all in. Dive into the universe where the Minato tribe would do anything and everything it can to put an end to any evil intention anyone has in the show. The characters are a very strong part of the title, and with baseball, unlike how we've seen it before, this anime sure packing a lot of heat, and it's about time we all stopped sleeping on it. Life with an ordinary guy who reincarnated into a total fantasy knockout.
うるせえな、頭に響くだろ。二日酔いか、体痛いし、なんか喉も変じゃ。
If you thought that the 𝐖ᴇʟᴜ genre was running out of ideas, then this one right here is as fresh as it gets. The attractive people would never understand the struggles of someone who has never been lucky when it comes to women. I mean, look at 𝐂ဃᴜ for an instant, and it's crystal clear how this guy is able to make every other girl melt, even when it's -2 degrees. But when you're his best friend, the one who has been with him all this time, getting jealous and feeling to be the one who has gotten the short end of the stick is totally natural. But friendship goes a long way, and with the two being fast friends even when they're working adults, it's clear that the bond is one that would never fade, would never break no matter what. Tired of it all, one day when they're on their way home, 𝐂ဃᴜ wishes to become a girl out of the blue. And as astounding of a wish that sure came true in an instant, with the two getting transported to another world, one where the demon lord awaits their arrival. 𝐂ဃᴜ girl now, and 𝐂ဃᴜ getting those hard flutters looking at him. Just what lies ahead of this duo now, with the responsibility bigger than the earth that used to be their home.